everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you all are fine and liking the video. Let's start the video. The common source, continuous or repeated exposure epidemics, and first of all we'll talk about the features of the curve. Curves rise and fall rapidly without secondary waves. And then second one is epidemic tends to be explosive, and third one is all the cases develop within the incubation period of the disease. After that, common source, continuous or repeated exposure epidemics. In this type of the epidemics, exposure is from the same source but exposure is prolonged. Continuous, repeated and intermittent not necessary at the same time or place. Features are: exposure to the common source is prolonged. Epidemic is irregular. Outbreaks continues beyond the range of the one incubation period. Epidemic curves take a sharp peak and tails off gradually over a long period. Means its peak is sharp, will reach toward the peak as early as possible and then tails off gradually and slowly over a long period of time. Examples are well of contaminated water and nationally distributed brand of the vaccine, for example polio vaccine. Then we'll talk about the propagated epidemics. It is result from the person to person transmission of an infectious agent. The features are: epidemic show a gradual rise. Epidemic tails off over a much longer period of the time. And the last one is multiple peak in the graph. These three features were given there. First one was gradual increase, second one was epidemic tail off over a much longer time, and third one was multiple peak in graphs. Then examples are epidemic of the polio, epidemic of hepatitis A. Classic example of propagated epidemic is measles transmission in the school children. Here is the curve which show you the number of cases and secondary cases. Then slow or modernness. These are epidemics occurring over a very long period of the time. First one is hypertension, second one is chronic heart disease, and third one is obesity. And here is the term obesity pattern among the boys and the girls. In this video basically we discuss about the features of the curve and common sources and continuous or repeated exposures of epidemics and its features, and after that examples of these and propagated epidemics and their examples, slow or modern epidemics. And after that now we will talk about the epidemic investigations. It is made up of two words: epidemic investigations. Epidemic, the unusual occurrence of epidemic is unusual occurrence of disease in a population in excess of expected frequency 4 times, and if disease is not prevalent then presence single but confirmed case of that disease at the same time and same place. There are two important points in the definition of epidemics. Unusual occurrence of the disease. Unusual occurrence of a disease can be determined by determining the usual frequency of the disease in the past. There must be a large difference between the usual occurrence and unusual occurrence of the disease. And here we will talk about in excess of expected frequency. Example: cholera is always present in some population subgroups. Expected frequency of cholera in Pakistan is X, which is called endemic frequency. For cholera to be considered an epidemic, several hundred or thousand of the case above X endemic frequency would have to occur. But in the USA cholera has been eradicated, and thus even single confirmed case of cholera at a time would constitute cholera epidemics. Here are the two points which we discussed here. First one was unusual occurrence of disease and second one was in excess of its expected frequency. So regarding that, if you have any query, if you didn't get any point, you can ask me in comment section. Thank you so much for watching the video. Keep watching, keep supporting. Thank you so much.